It started.
Okay.
I started it already.
All right.
Hi everyone. Sarah here.
I'm not finding it.
Now we have volume. Yay! Okay. I don't know. We were so consumed with other things we were working on, we didn't look at all the settings, but we're here now. So hopefully everybody that we lost in the last 10 minutes will pop back on. And let me just wipe the sweat off my face because now it's been a day. So anyways, but let us know. We're on a new feed. Let us know if you can see and hear us.
I got you on YouTube, Sarah.
I can see and hear me, but I'm like sweating up a storm. Holy cow. And then the other night, like with my fingernails, they're all off now. But I had one still long one, and I like scratched myself in the middle of the night, and it woke me up. Like I was like, what? What did I just do? Like I scratched myself, and then went back to sleep. And then in the morning I wake up and I'm like, oh, it really hurts right here.
Blood
Yeah, I
all
remember.
over.
I scratched myself in the middle of the night. So, and I did myself a number. So anyways, we are back. It is Thursday night. It's 6:11. We're a little bit late, but we're here. So that's a good thing.
As long as the storm doesn't take us out now,
Yeah,
Sarah.
yeah. It started rumbling when we first got here, and it started raining. So if we do lose you again, it's probably a weather-related thing. So, okay. Quick question. Cheryl, quick question. Safe to assume there will be classes on Friday of the warehouse sale. Do we know when registration will be? It will be on the 15th of August. Normally, yes. In the olden days, the good old olden days, when I just did Friday and didn't do virtual stuff and didn't do stuff all week, we always had registration on August 1st. And people were like calling the day before, like, is it starting soon? So let's just say the 15th is when the warehouse sale class registration will start. So let's just talk about the warehouse sale classes for a minute. Friday, if you're in the area, Friday the 15th, we're going to do the same format we did last year, where we'll do one class starting in the morning, like 10 till 12:30, 1 o'clock. And then we'll do another class from like 1:30 to 4. So the morning one will be more specific types of movable cards, that we'll all do together. The second class is always cards. And though these two classes that are taught on Friday, the warehouse sale, will also be virtual. The second one is cards. We always have that one. And then at night will be the make and take event like we had last year. I thought that went really well. I wasn't running around like a chicken with my head cut off. I was able to talk to you all more. So I think that worked out really good for my sanity. So, and I hope you guys all liked it too. So, but the first class and the cards will be available during virtual week. So virtual week will start on Monday. I don't know the exact, classes during that week yet. I know some of them. Cards is always Friday of virtual week. Saturday of virtual week we will do comments sold. But then Monday through Friday of virtual week. So now we're talking in person is the 15th, 16th.
Do you mean Friday the 11th?
No, September.
Yeah,
everything.
we don't have a calendar.
I know we don't have a calendar. She was just saying we needed a calendar.
Well,
Anyways,
Kathleen
September.
asked that.
No, September 15th and 16th is in-person warehouse sale. Then Monday the 18th we'll start virtual warehouse sale week. So we'll have a class every night. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm going to pull up a calendar.
I am too, that's what I'm doing.
So the 18th through the 23rd will be virtual week. The classes usually Monday through Thursday are shorter ones. And then cards is like a 3-hour Friday night class. Saturday will be comments sold. So we'll do flash sale Monday through Friday like we always do. So 6 o'clock, even if you're not taking class, if you want to tune in, you can see what the virtual or I just lost my train of thought because I was looking at my phone and somebody said they still didn't have sound, but I'm thinking they're on the previous post. I'm hoping. Anyways, we'll have flash sales that September 18th through the 22nd. We'll tune in right at 6 o'clock, tell you what the flash sales are, then we'll go ahead and do our class. So I meant to send an email this week with the warehouse sale information, but then also with the other project that my mom's been working on. So she's been working on a fillable form so we could do an auto ship with classes, so the Crafters Classroom and the Fun Time Thursday. Now, we don't want to muck things up for September, so this is going to start with our October kits. So even if you fill out the form now, you're still going to, register for the warehouse sale classes like normal, because we'll have the all-in bundle, we'll have where you can pick and choose. So our auto ship program, which is called Virtual Creativity Program. The auto ship will start with October classes. I don't know if you noticed, but the post right before tonight's post, I did something that says testing, and it's got a PDF filler link on it that you can fill out, and it will submit the form right to us through PDF filler. I'll get an email saying that I got it. Now, Barb Deachel tried it already. She said it worked. My mom and I have both tried it, and it worked. So
It's frustrating right now because this programmer lost all
so my mom's been working on it all week, and it's like a new
program.
It's a curve. Like, she's been trying to learn this program, and she's been doing a great job, but sometimes she was going, I'm going to pull my hair out of my head. So, anyways.
Or cut it off.
There was just a lot going on. So I do have an email ready, and I'm going to try and send it out tonight. It is going to have the warehouse sale information, not the registration yet for the classes. That will come out August 15th, but it will have this. Either you can print off a form, fill it out, and email it back to me, or you can go to this fillable link, and it'll take you to PDF filler, and you can fill out the form, and it'll send it back to me. And that's for auto ship of our Fun Time Thursday and our Crafters Classroom. And you can pick one or the other, or both. You have your choice. So if you're like, I only want to do Thursdays, you can pick Thursdays. If you're like, nope, I only want to do Saturdays, you can pick Saturdays. If you're like, I'm all in for both, then you pick both. Anyways, there will be that. So tonight, which puts us to tonight. Today was a very busy day with getting class kits shipped out and then trying to figure out this fillable form. And so, like, I almost had no idea what I was doing tonight. But Jean Clark this morning asked me a question about A2 pop-up box cards. So I don't know whether I'm going to answer a question. I'm going to try. I don't know if I'll get one totally done, but we're going to look at them tonight, and we're going to start right now. Because you probably are done listening to me talk for now. You're like, just get busy with some crafting. So anyways, Mom, do you want us to put us down on the table?
Oh, sure. I'm not listening to you at all anymore.
Yeah, she's not listening to me at all. That's okay.
God.
It's been a day. So yes, warehouse sale is September.
Both September. Both.
I think that's why Kathleen was saying the 11th, because in August Friday is an 11th. But anyways, okay. So we're talking about the pop-up box cards today. I don't even have a sample of one. But we do have them pre-cut, and we do have the die. So Mitra from Impression Obsession last week, if you're on her Facebook page, she posted a bunch of little pop-up box cards. So, and yeah, so I'm just going to pull out of this package what's in here. So in the little kit in the kit, you get the white pop-up box card. You get 3 of these little tabs per kit. I wonder if I should put this on a different color paper. And then you get envelopes. So this is what you get: 5 of the box cards, 15 of the little tabs, and envelopes in the pre-cut kit. And the pre-cut is just a little bit different than the die. So let's look at the die. Because the die, it only cuts half of it. So this is all connected together, you know, as one long piece. But to get a die made this big would be super expensive. I mean, this die is fairly expensive as it is, but we could get it down in price a little bit by doing half of it. So let's look at the die cut one of this first. And I have some paper here, I think. Yes, I do. So I have some red. This is one of the new Lessable red, so it's like a deeper, darker red versus our wild cherry. You can see the difference in that. So it depends. There's all different shades of red. So this is a little bit brighter, but this one's the Dawn, and that's a little bit deeper, darker. So I'm going to just die cut that really quick. Not necessarily really quick, but I'm going to die cut it.
Sarah, Marion Phillips said, just confused because SSBE would conflict.
SSBE. So, Stamp and Scrapbook Expo.
Okay.
It conflicts with what?
I don't know. I lost.
Yeah.
Conflicts with August, or I don't know.
Well, our warehouse sale, okay, if we're talking about the warehouse sale, our warehouse sale is always the same weekend. It is always the second weekend after Labor Day. So, honestly, I don't pay attention to what other events are that weekend. I know SSBE has a one in Mesa, Arizona that weekend, I think, because Rubbernecker goes to it. But I'm not rescheduling my warehouse sale based on other events that are across the country, just because we've always had it the exact same weekend. So yeah. But Marion, if you're talking about a different conflict, let me know. But yeah, the warehouse sale just always stays the same weekend. Then everybody can plan. So, anyways, so when you're using the die, you get these 2 pieces, which is virtually this connected together. So there's this little tape tab, and this tape tab attaches to this piece, and then that gives you this die cut. Okay, so, and there's scores on here, and the scores, and we've gone through this before, the scores on the little dies are not as deep as the scores on our big machine. So they're much smaller, so they don't go as deep into the paper. So with our pre-cut ones, you can just like easily fold it like really easy, and you can see the bumps there. With the ones that you get from the little machines, you don't have that. They're scored, but they're not as deep. So to connect these, we are going to put tape on top of the tape tab. So this is doing the ones with the die. Did Marion respond about which weekend?
No, I was answering Carol Boyes. She's having trouble. The video keeps stopping, so
Okay.
I
So,
just sent her over
Yeah,
to YouTube.
YouTube is always a good way to go.
Um,
So yeah, basically this is that same die cut, but it's 2 of the die pieces connected together. So, and then we fold this tape tab in, and we put tape on it.
warehouse sale, but no conflict because it's in September. That's
Yeah.
good. Okay.
So I know SSBE, Stamp and Scrapbook Expo, has a show in Chicago, which is where Marion is near. But I even think that that's the 3rd weekend in August. So,
Julie is in the Fremont Reedfield area, and she said the rain is short-lived.
oh, okay. Okay, perfect. So we don't have to worry
No.
about.
Yeah.
Now, the difference between the two. So I'm just going to go to my pre-die cut one. We're going to fold the tape tab in. The tape tabs are a little bigger on the pre-cut ones, but I want to show you the other difference on the pre-cut. So we fold that in, then we can pop it open, and we can fold down our flaps. And this is where the difference comes in between the pre-cut one and using the die. With the pre-cut one, this piece in the back is not scored at all. Okay, that is the back of your card. But on the die, because you're attaching two pieces together, this back one does have a score, so it's very easy to fold that down and it opens up all the way, where you kind of want that as the back of your box. So what I do recommend, if you're using the die, you need to cut a piece of cardstock in here and either attach it or either attach it to the back and you could write on the back, or you attach it as a layer on the inside. So, being that I was kind of unprepared for today, I do need to measure because I cut nothing. So this is 2 1/8 back here. So I'm going to cut it at 2 inches, just so I've got a little border around the outside. And it's 5 1/2 inches tall, just like a regular card. So, but see, I can use that as part of. I need to cover up that score because it gives you a weak area right there, versus the pre-cut ones. It's just a solid piece of cardstock. So I want to put a piece of cardstock either on the inside to strengthen that up, or I can put it on the back side, and that's where I can write. Okay, so I'm going to just stick it on the inside. Probably would have been better to do it on the inside before I taped it together, but I wanted to show you so you had some understanding of even why I'm doing this. So, but you do want to, on one side, you do want to strengthen that up because there are scores on all 4 panels. So now we have a definite back to the box. Okay, when it folds flat into an A2, and then it opens up like that. I do want to show you one other thing, because we have 2 sizes of pop-up boxes. This is the other size, and it's called a square. So, which is kind of confusing because this one is an A2 that folds down into a square. This one is actually our square one, so it is a square when it's folded. So again, we put tape on our tape tab, and you just fold it in half. Now this big area right here does not have any scores, where these 3 are the ones that fold down for the sides and the front of your box. So we fold it in half. We kind of pop it open, and we can fold back. So the difference between the square and the A2, I wanted to show you that. The square one is actually more of a rectangle when it's open. So you have a little bit more space in there to put more stuff, where this one is, a smaller space to put your stuff. This one folds down into a square, but pops up into a rectangle. Okay, so enough with that. Now for attaching your inserts on the inside. The kit, now I'm all of a sudden going to get a coughing attack. And I have like 2 drops of water in front of me.
You want me to go get some water for you, Sarah?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. Anyways, the kit comes with these pre-scored little insert tabs that fit inside here. The die comes with an insert die. It's a little bit narrower, so the scores are in the same spot, but it's not as tall. And it doesn't really matter. This just gives you a little bit more surface space to attach your stuff. So let's show you how to attach them. So 3 of them come with the kit, and I'm going to attach this one in my red one just so you can kind of see what I'm doing. But you put tape on your tape tabs. Yeah, I won't get all the way through decorating this. So we might do week 1 and week 2 of our pop-up box card. Maybe we'll do some more decorating next week. But I do want to give Jean Clark some ideas because she was the one that asked, and she asked for ideas of what to attach on the inside. So we'll just look at, I have some dies sitting right here with me. Just stuff that was die cut for other classes, because I kind of just throw it off to the right. I'm sure you guys do that in your stamp room too, right? Anyways, so there's 3 that fit on the inside. And if you put all 3, they're kind of evenly spaced. I do like to start with the back, and this back edge of this insert will be up against the back of the box. And I do like to line up the this top edge, so this top edge with this top of the box, and the very back right here is lined up with the back of the box. And I just kind of set them in there for now. I like to push one side down fairly firm, and I kind of set this one where it's supposed to be, but then if you fold your box flat, it kind of will jump into place. So that way you can make sure it's not like crooked or jig-jaggy or buckly or whatever you want to call it, but that gets it so it's nice and straight across there. Now we can take our next one, and our tabs are going to attach right up to the first tab that's in there. So this edge of the tab is going to butt right up against this first tab that we put in there. And again, I put one side in. You can push this second side down just a little bit, but then when you go to fold it, it will kind of jump into place and move if it needs to. See how they're pretty evenly spaced in there? And then we can do that with our third one. Now, if you don't want to use all 3, you can just use 2, and you can space them a little bit differently. Because one of the questions came up about where do you put a gift card when you're doing a box card, because Jean was doing a graduation card, and so I was like, where do you put a gift card? Which I did bring a gift card in here, and now I've lost, oh no, it's right here. It's not a gift card, it's my, what is this? This is one of the hotel chain club cards.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
I was thinking that you could it fits this way. So even if you took a piece of cardstock and did some type of band, now I'm not going to use my insert, but if you did some type of band, it can attach to right here. But you just have to be very careful, because when you fold it up, there can't be an insert right there. So if you put anything that sticks up on this front edge, you have to know that when you fold it in, it's going to hit. But if you don't have too many tabs in here, you can always, put some type of, band around there, or even just attach it with a piece of tape. You could put your gift card right on here. It'll fold right up into the inside of the card, and then when they open it, it's going to pop out. But you can't put too many tabs in here, because I'll show you. We're going to put our third tab in, and I did this once with grass. or a deer, where I attached him to the front right here, and it was a problem when he folded up. So that's how I know that happens, because that's how you sometimes learn things, is by trial and error. Okay, so we put the one side in, I put the one side in pretty hard, I put the other side in, and just kind of set it down loosely. Then I fold my card flat to make sure everything's square, and now I have all three. But now if we do our gift card, see how it's going to hit that inside there. So if you want to put your gift card on one of the sides, you're on that front, you just have to be careful not to put all of your inserts on the inside. Another place to put your gift card is you could put some type of holder right here. You know, even if you put a little holder down here that it's set in, then you could stamp a message right there. So when they pulled the gift card out, they see a message right there. That's another option for a gift card. This does fold flat, so it could go on the back. That's another option, in which case I would do some type of little pockety thing right there that it could slide right into. So that was one of Jean's questions on where to put a gift card, and honestly I had not thought about it before, but now I did. So you can see the little bit of difference between our pre-die cut one and when you use the scored one. See, when we fold it one way, these are the two that connect, so you have a little bit of gap in there. When we fold it the other way, this is where the die cuts it, so then they're closer together. See, on ours, our pre-die cut one, they're nice and close together. So it also makes a difference which way you fold it. One way, you don't have the gap in the front. The other way, you do have the gap in the front. So just something for you to be aware. And it doesn't matter, you can make the front of this your card. This is the back of the card, but you're going to still remember one of the sides of the back is also the side of the card. So if you don't want to decorate the whole back, but you should at least decorate three sides. 1, 2, 3 for when it's closed. So 1, 2, and for sure this side, because that side you'll see on the outside. So now,
What weight paper do you use for the card, Sarah?
I just, this one, the ones that we have pre-done are our 80 pound, and it's our 80 pound Cougar, or our 80 pound. We do make a black one in that little A2 one. In the square one, we don't make a black one. And I was considering, like I have these pieces here, I was considering doing these little monsters because I thought they would be cute popping up out of there.
Jean Clark says thank you.
You're welcome, Jean.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving me the idea, because this morning I had no idea what I was doing. And then I was like, during the day I was busy, and I'm like, oh, what can I do? What can I do? And then I'm like, oh, Jean asked a question. Let's answer Jean's question. So, but yeah, this black one, I was thinking, with these little monsters from Impression Obsession, they could be popping up out of there. Now, Jean told me that she was doing a graduation card, and depending on what stamps or dies you have, Impression Obsession has, it's the walking grad. You could put the walking grad back here. You could put the jumping up grad. Now, the other thing is, if you're going to put things that are like floating in the air, you can use acetate. Now, we have our thinner 5mm acetate, but in our class that we're doing, our floating acetate class, we have the 10mm acetate. The 10mm acetate would work really good. Let me cut a piece really quick. And you don't have to use big honkin' pieces, but if you have something like a hat, like a graduation cap, that, say this guy is on here, maybe even on your second tab, and on your third tab, if he's throwing his hat up, you could attach the hat to the acetate, and it could really be hanging up there in the air. So that's just some ideas of what you can attach to the little tabs. So I have a few other things that are sitting here just from previous weeks. So I have some balloons where you could attach your balloons. Now, if your balloons are very delicate, this may be an area that you want to put a little piece of acetate on there just to keep it standing firmer. And it doesn't have to be a wide one. Or if you have something that's straight up like a tree, you could even put like a toothpick behind there because it'll be to the back. And that you can use to attach to things just so they're a little bit firmer going through there. If you're attaching something to this back, like say you're doing a butterfly, and I'm not going to finish this one tonight, we'll look at doing a finished one like next week. You just have to be careful knowing which way you are folding it. So if I put my little butterfly off to this side and I'm folding it this way, then he's going to stick out. So I can put my butterfly off to this side, and then he'll be totally enclosed by the time I fold it. So let's just talk about one other thing before we get going. And this is totally not going to match because I did a red one because I have like some gnomes cut out and stuff. See, I have some really cute gnomes that I was going to attach on there. But I do want to talk about this. So if you have something, you can put your what's attaching to these at different levels, so you can build it up. And I'm going to cut these waves, and I just happen to have these waves sitting here. So I'm going to cut them at 2 inches. Just because I know my box is 2 1/4 inches, or 2 1/8 inches, I mean. But you can attach them at different heights. So if our first one we want to attach, and I'm just going to put a little bit of tape on here, and I'm going to cut that off because that's way too long. But I can attach them a lot lower. So my front could be a wave that was much lower, and then as I go back a little bit, I can attach the next one a little bit higher. And I'm not going to do the blue with the red, but I just wanted to show you that you can put your waves at different lengths or different heights. And then if you're putting fish in there, you know, then you're going to see your different fish. And then you could put a sea background back here. But then you can also put a wave up front too. So you use these little inserts to put things at different heights through there. And, you know, they can be hanging off the side as long as it's the side where it's going to close. So if I'm closing it this way, I don't want them hanging off that way. I want them hanging off the way that it's closing. So anyways, that is just the start of our tutorial for our pop-up box cards. We will continue this. Maybe next week I can actually get more pieces together and we can actually do a fun, cute one all the way done. But we had the base of the box this week, and then we will finish it up next week. So.
Sarah, once again, sign up for warehouse classes begins about
April.
Oh, we're gonna get a jump on next year.
Yeah, we're starting early for next year. Approximately, and I want to say that I'm going to try and stick to this date, which would be the 15th. And I want to see what day of the week that is. That's actually Tuesday, which is when we're supposed to come out with our Crafters Classroom kit, which would actually work out really well, because if I can get my act together and have it all out at the same time, you guys can sign up for it all at the same time. But again, the auto ship program is not starting. The form is out there now.
At least
on Facebook. And I'm going to do an email, but that program is going to start with the October kits, just because we don't want to muck up everything with all the warehouse sale classes. So Thanks for joining me tonight. Sorry we did not finish a card, but we will work on finishing box cards next week.
One other
Oh.
thing, we're going to have not only the fillable form.
Oh, there will be a fillable form, but there will be a PDF. So one is going to say click to print a PDF, and you can fill it out, and you can email it back to me. You can take a picture of it and just zip it right off, or mail it if you prefer. And then we'll have a fillable link that you can fill it out, and you can submit it right through the website. So,
Yay.
so my mom said the tabs aren't working yet.
The tabs are not working, and I know what the problem is, but I'm just not going to have time to fix it before.
Before I email it.
Yep.
So, anyways, thanks for joining me tonight, guys, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.